Hey, everybody. Thank you for being here. I know it's just a random pop up, but just wanted to chat. So, wanted to catch you guys up on what we did this week and what things are going on and what's not bothering me. so, this Saturday we went back to the little ostrich farm and we took our oldest son because he wasn't there for the first one, and he volunteered to kiss the goat. So we have video on Instagram, and I thought it was super funny. But he's all like, "All the lady goats love me," and he was just being so goofy. It was just really funny,
And then I told him, no, those are boy goats.
which made it even funnier.
Yeah.
So that's Saturday, and then we did our Monday live, which that was super cool and super neat. I feel like I'm doing a lot better, and I'm opening it up a lot more. So yeah, I'm proud. I'm proud of myself, and I honestly I couldn't have done it without Gary because he's been pushing. Just do it, just be more comfortable. So I'm actually taking Johnny's advice and I'm actually writing the item down, and I'm a little bit of the description of the item. So that way, when I'm on there, I can just see the book and then just show off the item. So that's been helping. Let's see what else. I've been working, and that so for the most part, some days are good, but yesterday was very irritating. And to me, I feel like, what is a good manager? So that's the topic of today. What is a good manager? And I've been a manager for close to 4 years. I worked my way up there, so became a cashier and then a front end and then a second assistant director. So, and now I'm here reselling with Gary and doing a part time now. But, like, what is a good cashier or what is a good manager? To me, I feel like if you're that person that wants to help everybody, and teamwork is important, I feel. Good communication. You have to learn how to talk to everybody because everybody is different. And yesterday, when I got hired with this position as a cashier, I knew that. Hey, Susan.
You're just mad because you're last. That's all. You last and you know it. Okay, sorry.
Squirrel moment. See, Susan? But, like when I got hired into this cashier position, I was told by the main boss, like, this is what I'm expected of you. And so I'm like, okay, like I can do that. And so I go every single day and I face everything and I make like everything look beautiful. And yesterday, we're like around 12 o'clock, maybe 1, they're walking around the manager groups, and the front end manager, she gets a praise for what I'm doing right in front of me. And she's all like, good job, you're actually taking the time, you're actually listening to me. And I just looked over there and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I've already been here for almost, what is it, 2 weeks? 2 weeks. And they can tell the difference. And here's this young manager who is taking my work and being appraised by it. And I'm thinking to myself, like, should I say something? Should I not say something? I'm going to say something because I think at that moment I was like, wow, no, you didn't. That's right, Kim. No, you didn't. So I pulled her and I was like, hey, I need to talk to the main boss. And I was already heated up, but I kept my cool. And I go and I talk to two of the main managers. And I was like, look, I'm not trying to take your job, but look at the cameras because they're really big on cameras. They see who does everything, who doesn't do stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to take her job, but I want you guys to know that what you guys see, I've done everything. So I'm back and forth cashiering. I'm doing what I'm asked from the very beginning, like what you asked me to do. And he was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was appraising the wrong person. I was like, no, I don't want that praise. I think to me, it was more like for the other manager, I think she should have stepped up and she should have said, you know what? No, it's not me. It's somebody else. That to me is a good manager. Like when you don't take somebody else's credit. Like that's a big no-no for me. And that's one of my biggest pet peeve. Like, you just don't do that. Like, I don't care how big you are or anything. Like, if that's not your job, or if you're not doing that, like, don't take somebody's credit. Because at the end of the day, like, when you're not there and if they can't see that, then I don't know. Like, maybe they should change the manager. Like, I don't want it, like, because I'm already busy doing other stuff, with the kids, with eBay and all this other stuff that I really don't want that responsibility. But to me, that's what a good manager is when, if you can pull to the side and be like, hey, you know what? Unfortunately, this, I didn't do this. It was so and so. And that to me is a good manager. But for other than that, I mean, it's been going great. I do like it. Um, I think next week is they're gonna cut a little bit of the hours, which I'm okay with that because I have to catch up on other stuff. I've caught up on all my bread orders. We finally got caught up on everything.
All the shipping. I just have these to go out for eBay. That's it. Everything else done.
Kim, I don't want no drama llama.
Done. On whole. You gotta go back to the top and start. You can skip my comment because everyone knows I'm sorry.
So we have Susan. Thank you, Susan. We have Kim. I know, Kim. I know. I just needed to vent today.
She's got backup right here. They don't want none of this backup.
The bread shelter. John, thank you for hopping in. Everybody's saying hi. Give me her number and I'll call her. No, Kim, we don't need no drama. This is just venting day.
Hey.
Puppies don't count.
For backup or for being first? Come on, Meow.
But yeah, like that's what let's see. Random chick picker just came in. Thank you so much. But yeah, like I think a good manager should be respecting everybody else, like hey Jimmy.
No, it just keeps John's ready to come over too.
Don't make me go.
That's it. She got backup right here. Trust me.
No, I mean, to me, that's one of my biggest pet peeve. And like, when I was a manager, like, I would respect everybody because everybody is differently, and you have to talk to everybody differently. You can't. I've learned throughout the years, how to communicate with everybody because everybody, like, there's people that unfortunately you have to take the time and say, okay, this is how I want it done, or, but with respect. And now you have managers who are on their phone or on the register, and it's not even about customer service. Like, where did all that go? Like, did we let all that go? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Or kids with ear pods. That's another big one. Like, if you're at work, give your customer a full attention. Like, don't be on your earpod. Don't be talking. It's yeah, another big of my pet peeves, like, is the ear pods. Like, I know my kid has them, and I always tell him, put it away. Put it away. Like, dinner time comes, put it away. And it's like, when we first get hired on, they tell you specifically, like, no ear pods. So why is it okay? It just doesn't make any sense. And then you're like, they feel like you're that bad person, or you stand up for yourself, and right off the bat, you're this bad person. And I don't feel like I'm a bad person. I just don't want somebody to take my work. That's my thing. But I'm not here to move you up. Like I don't want to take your position. Because I've already been there, and I know it's stressful, and I know people call out, and there's times where I call Gary. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do this. I want to take her position. I want to take her position. She's like, no, you don't need.
No.
You don't need the stress. Remember 4 years ago, and it was like, we're never gonna see you. You're gonna get stuck into that whole area. So I step back, and I'm like, okay.
The same thing with working other shifts. I learned that 2 jobs ago. If they get you to do it one time, they know they'll get you to do it every time. So then she'll be like, they called me to come in on my day off.
Yeah.
And it's like, nope, don't do it. Don't do it, because that's all they need. We got her sucked in, and that's it.
Yeah. And they know my background. So I feel like, okay, at any moment, they're going to be like, do you want to be a manager? And they know what I'm doing, because I told them from the very beginning, and that's why I wanted the mornings. So they agreed to it. And now is like that week that I got hired, it was, hey, can you come in at 3? Hey, can you come in at 4? And it is tempting. I ain't gonna lie, it is tempting, but at the same time, like Gary says, if you say it once, they're gonna continue to call you. But yeah, that's how my week was. So I wanted to vent because, like, I think yesterday was not okay, and I'm super glad that I said something. Like, if she wanted my opinion and she wanted her better stuff, like, yeah, like, I would take it. There's great managers out there who want to teach. But then there's other managers that want to take that advantage and just, like, move up no matter what. And that is not okay. So that's all I got. But let's see.
You missed a whole bunch. Let's start about there.
Susan. How about just her name? We'll find her. No, Susan, we can't.
I know where she works.
And the sad part, I know where she works. No, honey.
We're married. Of course I know where you work.
I know, but no, honey, you cannot get a group together.
No.
But but she is young, you know. She eventually is gonna. I get from what I've heard that I guess she got put in that position because they needed to fill a manager's position. Which, number one, I think that was a mistake, because if you're not qualified to have that, if you don't have that experience as a manager, I feel like they should not just put you in, or at least if they're going to put you in, to train you the proper way on how they want a manager to succeed, or to do what they're expecting you to do. So, you know, we'll see. Everybody's saying, hey. Jimmy. Damn, she called me out. No, Jimmy.
That's a side hustle for you. That's called lunchtime chat. That's different.
No, but to me, like, I think I'm talking about, like, if a customer is asking for help, or if you're a cashier and you're like talking to them on the phone, like, I think to me that's really disrespectful. I don't know how you see it, but
if you're in customer service and you're checking people out, hold on, words almost came out. Why do you have them in? You're supposed to be checking people out, ask them how their day is, if they found everything okay. There's no reason to have those things in at all. At all. Go home and hang out in your room and be on your phone or whatever. Who cares? But don't be on them while you're at work. Like, I get it, like as a mechanic or whatever else. If you have one in and you're out in the field doing something, or if you're in the office by yourself, yes. But if you're waiting on people and that's your job, why do you have them in? Like, really, there's no point.
And random chick picker, like, I believe there's awesome managers, and I'm not saying that everybody are like that. Like, you're probably one of the awesome ones, and I would love to work for you. We'd get along. Kim.
Did the girl apologize?
No, she is on a, well, she's young, so I think they did pull her in, but she came back with an attitude. So we'll see how this week goes. If I feel like I'm being, being put on the spot,
targeted.
Yeah, because when she came out, that's how I felt already. So we'll see.
I can see you doing that. I thought it was the other way, that you danced with the mannequins and talked to the mops, but
Kim, I will hire you. But then we'd be in so much in trouble. Like, we probably wouldn't get stuff done. I'm like, okay, Kim, we need to stop playing around. Yeah, I agree. Sorry, you guys. I'm like super behind on the chat. I'm trying to keep up right now. I kept talking and I didn't see.
She's pulling a Jimmy.
sorry. But yeah, other than that, it's been going great. We'll see how tomorrow is going to turn out. So now let's talk about happy stuff. Woohoo! Oh, no, we can't do that.
I will squish her head.
We're outside.
Got it.
Thank you, Kim. So, what to talk about? Okay, so in the last chat, I was gonna start on a topic, and then I was like, Gary's like, save it for next week. So let me tell you guys how.
Because I wanted the pictures for the computer.
Oh. Well, I'm already gonna start it, so they're gonna have to see pictures on Instagram.
Pictures next time.
So, let me tell you guys a little bit of where I've come from. So, my parents came from Mexico, and they came to California. And my dad got a job, and it was one of those jobs where you thought like, oh, like, you probably won't even believe me, but they hired him to be a elephant trainer. So for 25 years, 26 years, that's where I grew up, was elephants behind my backyard. So throughout the years, like going to kindergarten, being a small kid, like, oh yeah, like I have elephants in my backyard. And my principal would call my mom and dad and be like, I think your kid's going crazy. No, she really does. Like, we really do. So we've dealt with that. Yeah, so we had 8 elephants in our backyard. They're Asian, so like we've always kept to ourselves, we kind of never, like, I couldn't have friends, come to the house, not until like my high school, going into my high school, I guess you could say, is when I actually started saying, because my parents would allow it at that time. And so when I met Gary, I told him, and he's all like, yeah, sure. Like, you could see the confusion, like, yeah, this girl's nuts, but I'll take her word. I'm like, I really do. So we traveled 4 hours from here and went over there, and like, you can tell them how your experience was.
I don't know where to start. Do we start from the beginning?
From the beginning.
She said, come sit over here. I won't bite. I've got raspberry donuts.
Well, yeah, but they already know that.
Okay. And then for the part where you were talking to your mom, but she was talking in Spanish, and you guys were talking about me, and I'm just listening. And I knew what they were saying. I know I probably have crazy eyes. I can't see at all. I just see an outline on the screen. I'm trying to clean my glasses. So much better. And then she asked Anna, she goes, does he know what we're saying? Because I was just watching him in the kitchen, and she was like, yeah, he knows. And then her mom looks at me, and I was like, yeah, I know, I just don't speak it, but I do understand it.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. So, but yeah, like, we stayed the night, and I can't make the elephant sound, but you could hear the elephants like in the backyard making elephant sounds, and we got pictures taken next to them. And
so we have some like really cool pictures of like our kids getting pulled by the trunk and lifted up. So they've made like movies like George of the Jungle, Dumbo Drop, Water of the Elephants, I believe it's called. Like 6 more different movies, but I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But yeah, like to me that was normal growing up. For a lot of people, it was like I never got believed as a kid. Well, I mean, we're talking about elephants here. Like, when somebody tells me they have a little pig in their backyard, I still get amazed, or something random and exotic. Like, really? So, yeah, like I got that all my life. And so when I met Gary, this like, yeah, like I have elephants, so we're going to go travel up there. And so when we get there, we have the gates, and it looks like Jurassic Park the way it's shaped, and it literally is. So I think I have a couple of videos that I'll be posting on my Instagram. But he was like just looking around. It wasn't just elephants. We had horses, and there was random times where we did have like, and this was when we were young. I don't think no more, but we had like cheetahs and lions that would stay over the night, and just different. So that's why I got that thing where like no baby skunks. Ooh. She raised baby skunks and 2 raccoons.
I want a trash panda.
You want a trash panda?
I do. It can't be any worse than a cat.
So like he always makes fun of me because I'm always bringing like uh-oh, guess what I did today? Because I find these animals, like I found a turtle at a store. Okay, somebody just randomly left him, and I can't just leave the turtle there. Like, it needs our help.
How many kittens did I save for my last job? And then the last day I was there was someone at the stop sign dropped off everything, the glass container with the lid, everything. There was like at least 1.5 foot long iguana that somebody left by the stop sign at my work. So we had it for a few hours, and then I got it sent to a school so they could take care of it.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm always saving. Like, I think I brought a cat home. Oh, and then at my last job, like somebody brought a kitten, and then they decided it was okay to put him in the back room, and then nobody wanted to take responsibility for the cat. So I called him up, was like, I'm sorry, but you're gonna have to pick up this little cat. He was so scared, but like really little black cat, like, yeah. And then we found out who it was, and then they wanted it back, and then yeah, it was this whole mess. But yeah, like I can't just leave animals. Like, they need our help sometimes. And Gary's all like, what did you bring home now?
And Susan, the closest we're going to get to a trash panda in this house is me.
Jesus.
We're doing that too?
Yeah. But yeah, that's a little bit of where I come from, and nothing extraordinary here.
Nope. Nope. There's little elephant things all over the house, and they have to have the trunks up.
Yeah, according to what my dad was saying, is it brings good luck. So I guess that got embedded into my head. So let's see what else.
They're way strong because one of them picked me up.
Yeah.
And I was like all road rashed on the side because they're like, oh, elephant. The skin is like, it's rough. It was like getting dragged down the sidewalk or something down the street. Like they are really rough.
Yeah.
Rough skin.
So not only are they movie stars, they know how to. So they're like little children. Their routine is to take a shower in the morning. They eat. They have to do their exercise. They even know how to skip. They know how to paint. What else? Is it the skipping where they go back and forth?
Like dancing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So they know how to dance. They love taking pictures. What else did we do that day?
Like give high fives and stand on their front feet with their head down and their back feet up in the air, and all kinds of crazy stuff. So that means 150 cats for 3 kids?
And 1 kid.
Just doing the math here on this.
But yeah, that's what I grew up with, Let's see what else. That I guess I didn't have friends. Like I did have certain friends that knew, but for most of my life, like I was always like getting made fun of because I was like always saying that, and to me, like as a little kid, I thought it was normal, but not for everybody else. So that kind of put me out in that's the weird girl over there. But I like it, it's something different. And we've gone over there how many times now? Like since we've been together?
Actual number? 5, 6 times, something like that, I think.
6 times? Yeah.
I'd say probably 5 or 6 times.
So they're no longer in California, from what I've heard. They've moved to Texas. So my parents no longer work there. So I'm not updated with everything new. So, yeah.
Yeah, the California laws made them have to move all the elephants. So they moved the whole thing. But yeah, it was neat. And yeah, it was like Jurassic Park. The gate was huge, and you think like fences like for horses or cows. No, these fences are like they're mega. Yeah.
Yeah. And see, when I was little, they only started out with 1, and then throughout the years they were building more and more, and then they would have baby elephants. That was their goal, was to have baby elephants. So throughout the years we had 3 baby elephants, and then they would go to the zoos. We only have 1 male, but from what I've understood, that the male they're a little bit dangerous, so that's why they stay at the zoo, and we only had the females. So yeah. Yeah, same here. My parents worked a lot, so I had to raise my brothers and sisters, and yeah. Now they don't even talk to me. Why? Don't know.
Yep. I know the feeling.
It seems like family, like I've always wanted that family that would bond and have Thanksgiving and Christmas, and they weren't that type of parents. So that's why I'm really big on Christmas. Like that's why I get upset like when we don't do nothing big. Like no, we need to do something big. Like I'm really big on that, like especially because I never had that growing up, and they didn't believe in that kind of stuff. So like, why are we going to the store now? Because I need hearts. Why do you need hearts? Because we're gonna do little Christmas crafts things or Valentine's. Like to me, that's a memory that the kids are gonna remember forever. And I don't know, like maybe I watched too many Lifetime movies.
Say the movie family. That's what I was thinking. And I'm not really used to that. When we had Christmas, it was just immediate family, like mom, dad, kids. That was it. Mm-hmm. Other than that, and it's like Christmas is over. I'm throwing the tree out in the yard, like let it dry up. So other than that, there wasn't really. Tell you this, I remember because I know both our birthdays are close to Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So Christmas would go, and whether it was new stuff that they had got from Christmas to then or whatever, because mine's 5 days after.
Yeah.
I got my birthday presents in a trash bag. Here's what's left over. Here you go. That's how it worked.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was a trash bag. It was always a black trash bag. Here's everything. And that was it. Yeah, let's get back to work. So I'm trying. So when she tells me, "Hey, let's go get hearts from the store," I'm like, I don't understand. I'm learning, trying to break that cycle.
Because it is hard. I think like growing up, like you think, we don't have to celebrate it, but like for me, it was breaking that cycle. Like I want my kids, like I'm excited to be I'm not a grandma yet, but when that time comes, I want to be that grandma that makes cookies and
banana bread.
Banana bread, yes. And you know what? And he's laughing at me.
No, the banana bread. Shameless plug. And banana bread.
And I want my grandkids to come over and be like, you know what? That is an awesome grandma. Like, I want them to come over and not worry about our problems or, you know what? Like, grandma, can you give me advice? Like, I want to be there for them. Like, our parents aren't there for us. Like, they don't even say, hey, good job. Or when you're feeling down, like, nobody's there for us. It's just me and him.
Yeah. We don't have anybody on here.
And so, like, that's what we want to show our kids. Like, no, we're here for you. And that's why I'm so big on holidays. Like, even like if it's St. Patrick's Day, right? I want to do it. I don't know nothing about it, but
it's green.
But it's green, so let's wear green.
Right.
I know I have a while, but technically not that long. Hey. So my oldest son, he does have a girlfriend, and he does talk to me, and like he knows what is expected, and we're very open. Like he can come to me and talk about all his problems. So I'm super glad that we have that bond. And he always pulls like, Mom, so like if I ever bring a kid, I'm like, don't you start, kid. But he knows that he's just playing around. And I'm like, are you for real, right? You're just playing around. But yeah, I mean, that's all I have. I think this video was more venting like for a manager position and what I feel like what is a good manager. That was really bothering me yesterday, and I even I called Gary. I was like, I need to vent.
I thought you were going to quit. I was like, all right. Give them, go in there and then give them the mic drop.
But yeah, let's see what else. We're probably this week. I know we're going to go yard shopping. I call it yard shopping, but it's yard sale finds. I also want to go hiking. So that is yes. I think that's one of my ways. I get super nervous and then I start laughing, or I just stay quiet. Or when I get like extremely mad, like my Spanish comes out of me and then I start saying words that don't make sense, or they are like half Spanish, half English. So, yeah, like, I don't know. I think that's how it's always been. And I've always been the quiet person. I just do like my job, like, especially at work. Like, if you're telling me to do this, I'm already on top of stuff. Like, I'm already on top of the schedule. So I already had, like, when Gary would come, like, okay, this is my lunch between this time and this time. And if you came a different time, like, it would mess my whole schedule up, but I'd still be finished with everything. And I've always been a hard worker. Like, when it comes to that stuff, like, I take it like if it was my own business. And I think that's why we do so good here. Like, like lately it's messed us up because of the new schedule and the new changes, but we're back on track. So,
yeah, had to dial the auctions back too. Just we were doing the double whatnot was really messing things up on top of everything else. So we did have to dial back a little bit to resituate and then.
But yeah. Let's see. We are going hiking this week, so we are gonna do that. Finally, we're gonna do the top mountain.
Oh, what? Is that why you've been feeding me extra banana bread so I have extra energy? Or as the kids say, extra Benergy.
And it's extra Benergy drink. Talking about that.
That's it right there.
Make it back to the car.
Exactly. Well, if you're hiking uphill, at least you can roll back down the hill, right?
No,
the hill's pushing you down. It's like, get off of the hill.
You can't even do that because all the rocks and.
Oh, I know it's bad.
Yeah, so
they should have a slide from the top. They really should. Just carve a slide down it. Be like, all right, here we go.
Can you imagine how fast you'd be going?
I'd love it.
I'd probably be screaming the whole way. I'm like, stop the ride.
And then at the bottom, this huge like Olympic-sized pool with like this much water. So when you hit it, you skip on it. You're like, like a rock. It'd be awesome. I can't swim, so I wouldn't drown. So it'd be perfect.
No.
Yes, I love it.
All I have to say is no, 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 no. But yeah, so we're gonna tackle that this week. I also got invited to a little pop-up farmers market, so that's gonna be exciting. So I'm gonna have to make 50 to 100 breads. We'll see. But we always sell out, so I'm excited for that. Let's see. That's it. That's all I have this week. Besides work and being tired. And I woke up this morning. I made breads. And hiking trip in mind.
The thing is I can't swim. Was that last year? Last year when that happened? So last year I almost died. She watched it.
Yeah.
So I can't swim, but I'm not afraid to go in the water.
But tell them what happened, because I think it was
the dumbest thing.
Dumbest thing ever. And I literally could have lost you that day for something that was super dumb. And honestly,
I'm not doing it again. So be happy with it. Don't cry. Don't cry. Please. I already had to. Every time you talk about it, that happens. So.
Well, to me, that day was very traumatizing. Literally, we walked back, and I literally broke down in the car. But let him explain to you guys what he did. Yeah, honey.
It was traumatizing for you. My feet were sticking out of the water. I was breathing water like a fish, but not like a fish. So yeah. So we went to place called Sedona. It's up in the mountains. pine trees, the whole works. And there's a spot by the bridge. And if you Google like bridge in Sedona, you'll see this awesome bridge. And you park and you can walk down, you follow the creek. The creek gets bigger. I think eventually, I wouldn't say it turns into a river. It gets pretty big.
Yeah.
But we would go down there with the kids and we would take like the little fishy nets for like an aquarium. I finally got the word today. I needed it earlier and couldn't think of it. The glass cage. And we'd scoop the little fishes and then put them in a container and they could look at them or whatever. Well, we were doing that. And in the next spot of water, I was like, wow, there's big fish in there. I'm going to impress our kid and I am going to get one of those fish because the water didn't look that deep. And remember, I can't swim at all. So I walk around the big rocks. I get in there and I'm walking in the gravel. Well, the big rocks that are up there get like an algae on them, and they are it's worse than ice. And I was standing in the gravel spot, and I went to get the fish, and I had the flashlight, and everything was still light out. And the back of my foot, the heel, rubbed that one of those big rocks, and I went upside down, and I panicked, and I was just flipping in the water. I lost the flashlight, my hat, my glasses, everything. And she's screaming and she knew she couldn't go get me because, I'm like almost 300 pounds and I probably would have drowned both of us. So she just stayed there and was yelling at me, calm down. And finally I was like, you idiot. Like you're going to die right now in front of everybody. You got to relax. So I don't even know how long this whole process took. It felt like a long time. Yeah. So I was like, all right, just try to get flipped back over and find the gravel with your feet. And I got situated and I was able to get like a whole breath of air. I got my head out of the water. I was like, I got it. And I don't know what happened. I slipped again and went right back into the same thing. Once I got situated again, I was like, I got to get out of here. So I just followed the gravel and climbed back out. And it was, I don't know, maybe 5 feet.
Yeah.
4.5. It was up to about here. Mm-hmm. So I could still see the bottom and everything, but I still had to go back under the water and without freaking out, find my glasses because I really can't see without them. When I take them off, I just see two blurs in the white background on our screen. I can't see at all. And so I found the flashlight. It was in the water. It was still on. And then I found the reflection of my glasses and got those and then worked my way back out. And that was it for our trip. We were going to be up there, I think, for like 2 days. We're like, well, that's it. Let's go home.
Yeah. But to me, it was like, so he gets out and he's all like, you still want me to go catch another fish? I'm like, I never asked you from the beginning. And he's just like, but I can catch them. And I'm like, oh my God. Like I was already freaking out. So I'm like, no, let's go. So it was already getting dark. We go up, like everything was getting dark by the time that
was over. Yeah.
So we go up the mountain and then we spot these two little red eyes. He thinks it was a bobcat.
That was a different time, wasn't it?
No, the same time.
So we had that and then the downpour right after? Because it was pouring rain when we saw the eyeballs.
Was it? I thought it was the same time. Maybe.
It must have been. That was the last time we were up there. So it's like starts pouring rain. I see it, Susan, but I'm not squirreling. Don't squirrel me. It's pouring rain and it's kind of like the random chick picker you probably have it there, like the red clay, that like really slimy mud. It's raining and like the other people are trying to leave and like their shoes are getting stuck and then they're sliding down the hill with no shoes. So I get everybody situated. We're walking up around the side. I've got the light out and here's these two eyes and they go behind a bush and they're watching us. And I was like, hey, we got to keep going.
Yeah.
We got to keep going. Like I'm trying not to tell anybody what's going on, but it was like, I don't know if it was a mountain lion or a bobcat, but it was one or the other. And we got closer and then the eyes disappeared, so I know it took off. And then we get almost to the top. We finally get back to where they have like railroad ties stuck into the ground with stakes, so you can kind of walk up the last part. It's pretty rough.
Yeah.
And here's these two tarantulas on separate steps. One of them's a baby. He's probably about this tall, and the other one was like full size. And I shine the light, and you can see the eyeballs, and then they both suck back into the. They were just looking for food, but they sucked back into the steps. I didn't even mention it till we were at the car. Like, yeah, there was two tarantulas by your feet. It was the last time we went up there, and we were going up there quite a bit, and it was a couple-hour drive for us.
Yeah. So we finally get back in the car, and he likes to joke around a lot and stuff, and I just sat there, and I just began to cry, and I'm like, I'll just use Turkey. Like, you Turkey, like, I could have lost you today, but I really like said something like
all kinds of things. There was all kinds of.
But I'll just say, you Turkey, I could have lost you today, and you're over here like making jokes and everything, and like just me talking about it right now, like I don't think he understand. Like, I could have lost him that day, and for what? So you could please our little one, you can catch a big fish. Like, all we were trying to do is just, to see it, like, on the outside, the little fishes, trying to just something so simple, and he had to make it something so difficult. But yeah.
And the reason I make the jokes is because I think that's how I cope with when bad stuff happens. Look at every time I've gotten hurt.
Yeah.
I make a joke out of it every time. Like the bones hanging out of my finger, and I'm like, look, fish gills. Like, I just, it's to. You're squirreling me, John. Susan and John both squirreling me. I think if you put all that together, it would be Gary, you Bigfoot a-hole. I think that would cover it. But no, it's just when I get stressed out, I start making jokes about stuff, and I think it's just to take my mind off of it. Not to make jokes about it like, oh, that was hilarious. No, it's just trying to get my mind to calm down about the situation.
So yeah, he's put me through some stuff, and I'm like, oh my God, like, I wouldn't even be surprised if he went to my work now and like, my arm's all halfway off. We need to go to because he would do stuff like that.
Because I haven't started the car channel yet.
But it's going to be soon. And I'm like worrying over here, like, oh my God, like, what is next? Like, he's going to carry his arm in the store and be like, we need to go now. I'm like, why are you coming into my store? Call 911.
I could see me holding it and being like, look, high five. That's what I would do just to try to get my mind. Every time I've gotten hurt, it's never been like a paper cut or something, or hit my hand with a hammer. It's been bad, and I always have to make a joke about it to get me to cope. I get, like it says, random chick picker to cope. I know you're probably like, this makes no sense. Maybe John kind of understands what I'm talking about from a guy's side of like, we're the ones that always get hurt doing stuff. I get it. We don't live as long. I get it. See, Jimmy pops in. Yes, last time actually, it was a shoestring to tie off my finger, and 2 kitchen towels and 2 grocery bags from the place that she worked at. And then and it was electrical tape, not duct tape, and I taped my wrist off and went into her work. It was bad. So it was bad. There was like probably this much blood in the bottom of the grocery bag when I walked in, and was like, it's okay. I'm just going to go in and get it stitched up. And they couldn't even stitch it back together. So, but I did make jokes about it. I just to keep myself, I guess, from freaking out. I make jokes about it. Not to make everybody else laugh or anything, just to get me to be like, okay, try to make something good out of this really, really bad situation.
Thanks, Jimmy. But yeah, like it won't even surprise me. I'm always in a heart attack mode, like, oh my God, like what's gonna happen? Or I am worried about this car that he is starting, because it is a death trap. So, if you've heard stories, and he's told you how crazy it is. And yeah, there was the one time that when he had it running, like I did hear ambulance, or I think
the fire truck, because we live by the fire department.
Yeah. And I'm like, and to me it was like right off the bat, it was like he got into a car crash. So I'm like waiting for the call, or like he always has me on edge, like all the time.
She's so scared of it that when she heard the fire truck, and they would always go because it was a really bad intersection, and I actually went the other way, away from the intersection, to go get gas, and like a mile test, not even a mile, half a mile test drive around the block to get gas. And she was so freaked out that she didn't even call me to see if I was alive. I came home when she was crying.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about it now.
Yeah, it gets all silent. The chat just was like, burp, burp, stopped.
No, he does keep me on edge. So, that's one thing. So when I met him, like, he was just like always picking on people, and he knew that you picked on people.
Where I trolled people, yeah.
Yeah.
But not, I don't know. That
was back in the day. He doesn't do it now. Like, I think he's calmed down.
She straightened me out on it because yeah, I don't even know if I want to talk about it, to be honest with you.
But he's done a lot better.
Yeah, I'd rather not think about that negative stuff.
Slow down, get you hurting here. But yeah, every day, and it's funny because we'll take our kids, and it could be like a perfect day, and then it'll start raining, and I'm like, oh great. we've been through like the slidey rocks. We've had to stay where.
Oh, yeah. The other one up in the mountains over here.
Literally, something's always happening to us.
I thought we were just going to go drive to the top of the mountain range down here, have a picnic, look at the wildlife or whatever, and then that was it. Maybe go on a little walk. Let's go hiking. I'm like, all right. I was wearing not these ones. These ones have a little grip on the inside. The other ones I have arches built in, and if they get wet at all, that's it. Like they're dangerous. So here we are hiking, and then we go climb down this rock with all the kids, everything, and I couldn't even wear my shoes. I had to crawl out of that thing barefoot. My feet were all cut up on the bottom and bleeding and crap, and yeah, it was interesting. I think I took my shirt off and tied it around my foot because it was bleeding so bad. So only sometimes.
Are you a catfish?
I can't. Here I go making the jokes again, Susan. I can't swim. I could never be a catfish. And no, I would not do that kind of thing to somebody. No, it'd just be like, we'll discuss it a different time. I don't even want to.
No, it's not even like that.
Not like that. No.
Well, let's see what else. Yeah, we've always gotten into trouble, like, and we're not. Sometimes we don't even look for it. Like, let's just walk down this trail, and then we come back, and it's like, you picked the wrong trail.
Yep.
Oh my God. Like, I remember going to the river, And they're all like, there's these big fish.
Here we come back to the fish again.
And we thought the water was like this
it wasn't deep because the Salt River they open the dam and they shut the dam off depending on the time of the year. So where we were at, like maybe 3 or 4 inches of water, and you could walk all the way across the river. So we went walking down the river, and there were big fish because the water was all dried up. So they were in these little ponds. And then she takes us on this death trap of a trip. Let's go this way out of the water and walk back up along the side through the parking lots and go home. And that was the grossest thing that I've ever gotten myself into.
Yeah.
And it, again, all cut up, bleeding all over. We had all the kids with us.
All of them, like.
And the mud was probably, I'm going to say, a good 3 feet deep. Like I was carrying 2 kids like this, trying to walk through this mud that she got us into. Because by then it's like, well, no, there's only a little mud and then we'll be out. You could see it. But no, everything that looked like it was solid land was still mud. So I don't know how much of that we went through. It was completely cut up. Carrying 2 kids like this on my shoulders. And she somehow got out first and then walked back around with their oldest. Mm-hmm. And I had to keep going across it. And there were vines and glass and all kinds of stuff in there. It was not good.
Because like the way the water was, like I thought that the mud was going to be like okay. So once we started stepping, it kept pulling us down slowly and slowly. I'm like, oh, like it looks better over there, so why don't we keep walking? And he agreed to it. So
I did mention, though, let's go back the way we came.
But we were already halfway. So by the end, I guess like it was already too late. So I like watching a lot of survival videos, and that's what saved our life that day. So keep in mind.
3 kids, Susan. 3.
3
kids.
And so that mud was really thick, and they said that if it pulled you down, like you can lay down and like almost like swim on top of it. So that's what I told my kid, and that's how we got out. But he didn't want to do it.
I couldn't. I had the little ones, and they were little then too.
Yeah.
So I had to
what is it, 3?
Huh?
3 and 6? 3 and 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, they were little. But yeah, we've been through some crazy stuff.
And John asked why I don't learn to swim. My dad tried to teach me to swim. Back to those awesome parenting skills. I grew up in Washington State. So if you Google the Columbia River, my dad took me up to a cliff and, like, no joke, and goes, "You're going to learn to swim today." And I don't know how old I was. I remember it. So it was after the wreck. Probably, I'm going to guess 2nd or 3rd grade. You're going to learn to swim. And he picked me up right here and he threw me off the side of the cliff. So I panicked. I went under. And the Columbia River is not a joke. It's not like the Salt River here where you can walk across it. There might be a little spot you got to kind of swim across, but you can actually walk across. The Columbia River is extremely deep. And I don't know how long I was under there, and he finally dived in and got me. He goes, "Well, that's how I learned how to swim. That's how you're going to learn how to swim." And after that, that was it.
And yes, I've tried teaching him, like in the pool, like on the 5 foot, where I grab him and like, okay, just let 1 foot.
And when the feet come up, the panic goes on. Yep.
So, but he knows how to float.
My belly knows how to float.
But you do know how to float. Like if I'm right beside you, Like...
Yeah, I have done more dumb stuff. Can't swim, no life jacket. I've hopped off the side of a pontoon boat and like hung out underneath of it. because I had something to hold on to and I feel like I'm in control. I've done underwater caving with the flashlight, go look for fish or whatever, because I could hold on to something, hold my breath, and go, okay, I know how far I went. Like John, like you said earlier, with the hiking, go where you feel comfortable halfway and go back, and that's what I did. And I did that when I lived in the Midwest. I panic, man. I freak out. I freak out.
All of them there. How many are there?
3, and I carried 2 of them like seriously like this on my shoulders through that mud. I lost my shoes in there, everything. So I was walking barefoot through there through the glass and whatever else was in there.
And there was people, like, you could see people walking, and I'm like, oh, like, hun, ask for help. Like, I don't care. Tell him to call and he's all like, no, we're going to get out of this.
Yeah, I'm not paying for, because they have the helicopter go through there all the time, picking people out. I'm not paying for no helicopter trip. No, I'm good. I'm going to get out of here. I will do it.
So yeah, so I'm like over here, like, I'm like, hun, go ask him for help. Like, he's all like, no, we're going to get out of here.
No, people looking at us and stuff. It's like, no, I got this.
And they did ask. I was like, are you guys okay? And he's like, yeah, we're fine. I'm like, no, we're not fine.
Far from fine, but you ain't getting 5 of us out of this mud pit. Because if they come in, they're going to get stuck too. I'm not doing that to somebody else. Yeah, we just need a little bit of help. Can you come grab the kids? And then they're stuck too. I'm not doing that to people. We'd be like ants out there. I have like 40 people lined up, all pulling. That probably would have worked, actually.
It really did. But at least...
And I know, and things have changed since then. But we're laughing about them. They're happy. We're still here, right? So unless you really don't like us, then this should be a happy story.
No, learn from us, everybody. Learn from Gary. Don't do this. Now he knows why I carry all this extra stuff. Like, I always carry, like, extra shoes, extra pants, like, because I know, like, something's always going to... I even carry floaties.
Yeah.
The little floaty things. I'm like, no, you're not. You're going in with these. I don't care what you say to me now.
The floaties aren't for me. They might fit on my thumb. But...
He's all like, why do you have extra water? Because if I get stranded out on the freeway and I have to walk miles, it gets hot out here. I want to make sure that we have water for everybody.
Yeah, it does get really hot.
Thank you, random chick picker.
I'll stay away from the water, I promise. John, don't get me started. I'll do my own rant video because that right there, I know, and it makes no sense. It makes no sense at all. Yeah. That's another story. We can do that when I start doing the pre-recordings on the new channel. But give us something to talk about while I work.
But yeah, and he's done some crazy stuff. So
we'll save what I can probably get away with talking about for that channel.
But yeah, like, I always have candles on because I believe, like, you know, like, I have this little candle that I always... you do it now. But I'm like, please, Lord, please protect him today. He needs it more than everybody else. So when I come home from work, I'm like, so everything's still intact? Everything's still going good? Oh, I thought you were going to press.
No, I'm trying. I think he's talking about me. I think you're talking about me, John. And on some things I can't agree. Yes, going into the water, that was not smart. Multiple times. I do agree with you. So yes, these two comments, they do go together sometimes. Looks like we need to share some stories sometime. Let me know. I'll sign you up for a timeout for Tuesday night, and we can talk about whatever you want to talk about.
Let's see. We did start watching. What is it? My favorite movie.
Favorite movie?
I
don't know.
On Netflix.
Netflix?
Yeah. I just spaced out the name of it.
That thing that we watched last night?
Yes.
Out in the Cold or something like that?
Oh, no. With Scully and...
Oh, X-Files? We're doing some X-Files. I will be right back.
Yeah. So...
She didn't think I'd watch X-Files with her, by the way. And I knew she wouldn't watch Star Trek with me. So we're on to something. And neither one of us are watching Star Wars. Just want to throw that out there.
But I have watched Star Wars because I have to watch them. My son is into them. So I pretty much am caught up with all the series on that. I did like Star Trek and Spock. So I gave him a nickname. His name is Spocky. Because there was a scene where like he shows emotion and he's not supposed to show emotion, and I'm like, don't do it, Spocky, don't cry. So yeah, so I gave him a name, a nickname. So I know the correct name, but I just gave him a loving nickname, which was Spocky. Let's see. So I'm caught up with all that. X-Files. I love X-Files. I don't know why. It's just all the weirdness, I guess. I don't know. Sometimes, Kim, it makes you wonder. Maybe there is. I've always heard, there's aliens or something. I don't know. So he thinks it's funny.
What is it?
He's all like, because of the X-Files. I was like, there's always weird stuff going on.
Where's weird stuff? Like in real life or on there? Or both?
Both.
Both. Yeah, it's true.
So I don't know what to believe. I don't know. I don't know what else we have going on this week. Just resting. Getting mentally prepared for tomorrow, because I do feel like I am going to get targeted tomorrow, especially for speaking
the truth.
Yeah. So we'll see how that goes.
And that's something that I personally can't deal with. That's something that if I had to go back to work, that's something I'd really be worried about, because like if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But in her situation, if that would have happened, someone taking the credit right there, I probably would have stopped them right there. And I would have brought it up in front of everybody right there. So I have a thing about sticking up for myself or for us, and that I wouldn't have even let it go as far as it did. So yeah, I don't even know where I was going with that. I started to like, nope, take it back down. Right, John? What was that? Simmer down.
But I mean, for being 4 years of experience of management, I think you learn to know how to pick your battles and how to do it properly. And I'm very blessed because I've always had managers that taught me the correct way. And I've throughout the years, I've only gotten maybe 1 or 2 bad ones, but very blessed to have like the really good ones where they are willing to teach you, and they're willing to teach you the right way, not like how it is in this world, I guess you could say. It is very disappointing now, that work has changed completely different. It's to me, I see it as, who can you step on? How can I move forward? Or who can I hurt?
Who can I use to move up?
Mm-hmm. Or let's be friends, and then later, or maybe in the future, they're no longer your friends. I've had so many of that happen too. So yeah, so.
And okay, I know I'm not doing these in order, but I wanted to say, because we're going to work these so where it makes a sentence out of it. It's a kind of the corner of my eye. I'm trying to listen and not squirrel, but I squirreled. Susan says that the truth is out there, and that truth is there may be an auction tomorrow, and that is true. That is correct. Sorry, I'm going to plug it right now. One, though. I'm going to plug it right now, and that is that tomorrow, Thrifty Thursdays is back. Thrifty Thursdays is staying. And as of last week, I know we had Kim on last week. Jimmy was not feeling good. He lost his voice. But we're coming back in a big way. And now we have Kim adopted Retrospecs and Jimmy and myself. And we're all going to be auctioning tomorrow. So sorry for pulling the huge plug there. Dropping it like should be a big banner right here now, and it's a banner. But yes, we are going to auction tomorrow, and Kim and Jimmy are both going to be there, and we're going to bring some awesome stuff, and John knows it.
So if you haven't subscribed to them, please go and subscribe to Kim, Gary, and Jimmy. And I've been doing so good. I'm already up to 80 subscribers.
I think you're over that. She's doing so good that I'm getting the watch hours over here on my account. Ain't even lying. My phone's going to die. I'm at 5%, and I have whatnot later, and I'm still on there. That's dedication.
But yeah, I've always set goals. I've always been the type of person that I have to write down what I'm going to accomplish this year. You didn't believe that. Well, you kind of didn't believe it at one point, but then I got you to do it, and then you started seeing my dream board,
which we still need to do.
Yeah, we haven't done our dream board, but we've done it for 2 years, and we've accomplished everything. Last year we had the house, and we got it knocked out, so that was on our dream. Yeah,
that was on there too. That was it was house and quit job. So.
Yeah, we got everything knocked out on our dream board. This year we haven't really had a chance. I know for sure it's our coffee place. That's why I took this job in the morning, was so I can open that coffee shop. I want to show people that hard work, anything is possible. Anything. But you have to put some sweat into it. So
a lot. And the fatter I get, the more sweat I put into it. Just saying, especially in the summer.
Yeah.
That's just my gristles sizzling.
Your gristles sizzling
in the Arizona heat.
But yeah, I'm already up to 80 subscribers, and thank you guys, for being there for me. And even though I get so nervous, I'm like, nobody's gonna show up. I'm so sorry.
You're at 83, 17 more, and you get to change your YouTube link to whatever you want at 100.
Yeah, that is awesome. And I still get super excited when I go into the chats and everybody's saying hi. I'm like, look. I call you guys celebrities because you guys been on there for quite a while. So I'm like, look, he said hi to me, or she said hi to me. I still get all warm and fuzzy inside. But yeah. Oh, thank you.
So close.
20 more? 18?
17 more.
So that was my goal, was for February to hit 100. Hi, Jimmy.
Hey, I thought you were already here, Jimmy. I'm all talking. I'm doing this extremely shameless plug about tomorrow's auction. And now you pop back in? Maybe it's a bot. Just kidding.
But we'll probably keep doing the little pop-ups until I figure out how work is going to change my schedule, or even if I am going to continue with them. So it all depends by tomorrow if I don't feel like I'm being targeted. But I'm the type of person I'm not going to just sit there and take it either. So we'll see.
Mm-hmm.
I won't have my boxing gloves on because Gary won't let me.
Like, hey, it's up to you.
Like, I could take your job.
That is up to you.
They really like me. Yes, Susan, we really like you. No, but I'm only there for one thing, and that's to get my business going. And hopefully by the end of this year, we have our coffee shop. So that way you guys can enjoy some delicious fresh breads. Like, I don't think you're going to leave my coffee place. Like, I don't want to go back. Because you're like, you like it, right? Like, you've had the seal ones?
Yeah.
And there's a little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
Thank you, John.
And I'll be checking out that come on, I can't talk. Battlestar Galactica. I've seen a little bit of it, but I know it's online to watch, so I think I even have it on DVD, the series. So I will be checking that out.
Oh, and Kim, Dawn is permanent on my channel. So she'll be
to mention that? How you forget?
I did now. I've been at work.
Right?
And it's not an excuse. So Dawn is going to be permanent on my channel. And I'll have other, like a third guest. So Kim is going to be with me this Monday. So we're super excited. And we're also going to die that day because we have to try that hot burning love loaf. Love loaf.
Oh man, I keep changing the name of it. That sounds catchy too. The Burning Loaf of Love. And it's gonna be hilarious if you want to come check that out, because I'm saying you gotta eat at an auction at the same time because you're doing an auction, so you gotta make it through it.
Because our lives aren't complicated enough, let's make it more complicated with the Burning Love Loaf. So she's a guest on my Monday, and then I guess she's permanent with you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yep. Look at that.
We're changing it up a little bit.
Doubling down.
So yeah, she'll be eating the Burning Hot Love Loaf with me, and we're going to suffer together.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm sorry. I am sorry. In advance.
No, he's not.
I'm sorry.
No, he's not. Look into his eyes, Kim. Oh my goodness. Jimmy.
There.
Gary, it's been nice knowing you.
I'm sorry. And then we sold one of those on Tom's auction last night too. So we're gonna get who that's going to eat that thing alive. That is gonna be one stipulation. Let's see you do this live. Because it's not. I wasn't playing around this time.
No, I could smell it from where I was sitting.
Yeah, just the
like everybody was coffee, even my little ones.
Yeah.
So she only wants to do it once a month. So we're going to have her on next month. So we already have a set day for her. So it's going to be super exciting.
No, Kim, I'm sorry. I honestly cannot allow that. Like, we got to see. You saw me look like I was going to completely fall apart when I did it. And I know it wouldn't have been so bad if I had teeth to eat it with on that side. So
I think we'll be fine, Kim. Like, I honestly think I could take this challenge. I don't know why I feel.
I'm sure you'll eat it. You'll be dealing with it later, too. We'd send you ice cubes, Kim, but you have snow on the ground.
You have snow. Can you send me snow?
I will officially have rules written up, and it will be on the side of the screen for the option, since you said that.
Oh my goodness, no, Kim! Don't give him ideas.
All you're doing is making it even worse.
Oh no.
See,
that doesn't happen until the next day, Kim.
I don't know. This stuff's so hot it might just burn straight shot.
No, I think you'll have the stomach ache and the actual bloating. Like, oh my god. And then the next day, it's like, here it comes. Bloop bloop.
Oh wow.
I'm just saying.
Yeah. Bloop bloop. Gotta.
Bloop bloop.
You might want to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Take some Depends in the car with you.
Not even Depends is gonna help. Oh no.
Because Depends just won't hold enough.
Here it comes. All right, you guys. Thank you guys so much for being here with me and just venting with me. And then my adventures.
Hey.
What's the ABT?
She says I'm talking about calling out on the live.
No, 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 no.
No, 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 no. The whole bottle, right?
No. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks for coming by.
Bye.